When it comes to Kinera IEMs, especially if I factor in price, I would have to say my favorite Kinera IEM, considering price especially, would be the Kinera Verdandi.
Right.
Fantastic IEM, frankly, at any price, I think.
Yeah.
It's a more neutral IEM. I consider it a rich neutral IEM to my ears.
Yes.
Love it. So this is also, in my hands, a Kinera Verdandi. It's very different, though. This is a Kinera Verdandi TWS, or True Wireless.
Yes.
This is a flagship True Wireless IEM, and we both love it.
Yes, we do.
We both love it. And now I want to mention really quickly that you can use it wired.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So when I first heard a prototype some time ago, I didn't know that you could also use it wired. It does have 2-pin connectors, so you can use your favorite IEM cables with it. I think most people will be more interested in its wireless performance.
Yes.
Understandably so. So let's talk about what's inside. In each earpiece, there's one 6mm dynamic driver for lows, one bone conduction driver for lows, 2 Knowles balanced armatures for mids and highs, 2 Sonian ESTs, electrostatic tweeters, for highs and ultra highs. Now, if you're familiar with the Verdandi, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
However, they did make some optimizations.
Yeah, specifically with the bone conduction driver in this, they actually kind of went crazy, in my opinion. They use finite element analysis, which I love because they were going after a specific goal, and I think they achieved it. So what they've said is that compared with the cavity design of the original Verdandi, the new layout changes the energy distribution of the bone conduction unit, effectively reducing the loss and dispersion of sound energy during the transmission process, making the sound energy of the unit more concentrated, thus bringing users a purer auditory experience. And everything they've done with that optimization sounds wonderful.
Yes, so it's very impactful.
Yes, it is.
It's not a bass head True Wireless IEM.
No, it's nice and
very audiophile.
Yes.
But it does have impactful bass, which I really like.
Yeah.
It has a hand-painted chassis like the wired-only Verdandi.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful. So if you watch, I think on their channel they have a video, we've seen it, of how they hand-paint them.
Yeah.
Quite involved.
Yes, it is.
Quite involved. There are touch controls. So it's not like they just took the wired-only Verdandi and shoved a bunch of wireless guts into it. We talked about the optimization with the bone conduction driver for the True Wireless application, but it also has capacitive touch controls.
Yes.
There's also transparency mode.
Yep, that's appreciated.
There's a game mode for low latency.
I love that.
I do too, especially you're more of a gamer, but even for video.
Yeah.
It's helpful. It has Bluetooth 5.4.
And you expect to see that on a flagship, so I'm happy that it's here.
I am too. It uses the Qualcomm QCC 3091 chipset. It has SBC AAC, aptX adaptive, with aptX lossless.
Yeah, good to have that.
Yes, I agree. 6 hours runtime per charge, which is actually solid.
Yeah.
And then the charging case, which is a CNC machine case, actually a lovely case, provides an additional 18 hours of listening time with the charges it provides, and it's USB-C. Now, I want to talk about listening impressions. It's a Verdandi.
Yeah, through and through.
Beautifully executed. Very much, honestly, I would have to say right now, of all the True Wireless IEMs I can think of, I can't think of one that I think is better.
Right.
And it's fantastic. So even if you weren't shopping for a flagship class True Wireless IEM, maybe you didn't even know there was one, make sure it can jam to Audition, the Verdandi TWS. But especially if you've been looking for like the best sounding wireless earphone,
right,
like audiophile class, flagship class, then you absolutely must audition at CanJam, the Kinera Verdandi TWS.